Basic Carburettor Principles, Module number 23.1.4. At the completion of this program, you will be able to describe the Venturi operating principle and the operating principles of the basic carburettor circuits. During this program, you will need a response sheet, coloured pencils, blue, red and green. When instructed, you will stop the tape by pressing the pause button, complete the sentence on page 1 of the response sheet. Ensure you have the items listed and restart the tape. Press the pause button now. I wish I knew how a carby worked, how petrol is made to flow uphill without pumping or siphoning it, and what the heck is a Venturi? Have you ever noticed a car towing a covered trailer and wondered why the tarp fills out like a balloon? Have you ever wondered what makes the roof lift off a building during a storm? To help us understand, we'll look at these examples again. Whenever air flows rapidly over a surface, the air pressure acting on the surface is reduced. Therefore, the stationary air under the tarp will have a higher pressure, causing the tarp to balloon up. Complete page 2 of the response sheet. Press the pause button now. The reason the roof lifts off with a very strong wind gust is once again caused by a pressure difference created by reduced pressure outside compared to the high stationary air pressure inside. Complete page 3. Press the pause button now. Check the correctness of your responses on page 2 and correct if necessary. Press the pause button now. Check your responses on page 3. Press the pause button now. The reason an aeroplane flies is because the upper surface of the wing, being curved, causes the air passing over it to speed up in relation to the air passing under it, thus reducing the pressure acting on the upper surface. Of course, the opposite of the airplane wing is used with airfoils on racing cars. Notice that in this application, the large curved surface is on the underside. Increased rate of airflow over the lower surface reduces the air pressure in relation to the upper surface, thus increasing the downward thrust in direct ratio to the vehicle's speed, dramatically improving handling and road holding characteristics. Complete page 4. Press the pause button now. Check the correctness of your responses. Press the pause now. If we put two airfoils together like this, they would be useless as aeroplane wings, as thrust developed by one would be cancelled by the other. However, there would be a dramatic drop of pressure at the narrowest part of the opening where the air has to speed up the most to pass through. This is called the Venturi Effect. The drop in pressure which occurs when air speeds up in the Venturi has several applications, such as fly sprays, spray painting guns, or carburettors. The small blue arrows represent atmospheric air pressure acting on the surface of the liquid. As the atmospheric pressure is higher than the pressure in the Venturi, the fluid is forced to rise in the tube. Complete page 5 of the response sheet. Press the pause button now. Check the correctness of your answer. Press the pause button now. If we position the Venturi vertically with the fuel bowl situated beside it, we now have the same setup as in a downdraft carburettor. The low pressure area created by the air speeding up in the narrow part of the Venturi causes fuel to rise up the discharge tube due to atmospheric pressure acting on the surface of the fuel. Now complete page 6. Press the pause now. Compare the correctness of your answer on page 6. Press the pause now. This slide shows two things. One, atmospheric pressure entering the fuel bowl via a vent and acting on the surface of the fuel. 2, fuel being forced into the rapid airflow through the Venturi and broken into a fine mist. This breaking up of the fuel into fine droplets is called atomization. Complete page 7. Press the pause button now. Let's look at it again on your response sheet. Notice how the air enters the bowl through the vent. The air entering the bowl is, of course, at normal atmospheric pressure. Compare your answer. Press the pause button now. Here, a throttle valve has been added. This allows control of the air-fuel mixture movement and engine performance by driver operation. A float, yellow, has been added to maintain a constant fuel level in the float chamber and various other carburettor circuits. Complete page 8. Press pause now. Check your responses. Press the pause now. In the previous diagrams, the float chamber was vented directly to the atmosphere. The problem here was that as the air cleaner became partially blocked, the added reduction of air pressure in the Venturi compared to the constant atmospheric pressure acting on the fuel in the float chamber, the mixture became richer. To overcome this problem, a balance tube has been added which, being situated in the air horn, 4 black arrows, balances the pressure in the air horn and float chamber regardless of how blocked the air cleaner becomes. Now complete page 9 of the response sheet. Press the pause button now. Check your response on page 9. Press the pause button now. A main jet, pointed to, has been added to control the petrol flow through the discharge nozzle. These come in varying sizes, providing accurate metering of the fuel. An air bleed, black arrow, has been added to the main jet system. This has two functions. One, to prevent the mixture progressively becoming richer as the speed increases. Two, to aerate the fuel, that is, introduce air bubbles to assist in atomization of the fuel as it leaves the discharge nozzle. Complete page 10. Press the pause button now. Check your answer on page 10. Press the pause now. To provide a low speed or idle system, it is necessary to have a small amount of air flow past the throttle butterfly, black arrows, and also a small amount of fuel via an outlet just below the edge of the throttle butterfly. The reduced manifold pressure acting on the outlet causes the air acting on the fuel in the float chamber to move a metered amount of fuel through the idle system into the inlet manifold. Complete page 11. Press the pause button now. Press the pause button and check your answer. An idle air bleed passage, black arrow, has been added. This has two functions. One, to aerate the fuel to provide rapid atomization of the fuel, and two, to prevent fuel siphoning from the fuel bowl after the engine stops. Now complete page 12. Press the pause button now. Press the pause button and check your responses on page 12. As the throttle is opened further, a second idle port is uncovered, allowing more fuel to enter, along with an increase of airflow, maintaining correct air-fuel ratio. Complete page 13. Press the pause button now. Press the pause button and compare your response. The choke butterfly situated in the air horn, when closed, restricts air entry. This causes a reduction of air pressure. Atmospheric pressure acting on the fuel in the float chamber via the balance tube causes fuel to flow from the main discharge tube, also from both idle systems, giving the rich mixture required for cold starting. Now complete page 14. Press the pause button now. Press the pause button and compare your response on page 14. Study the response sheet, then see your instructor and sit for the test. This program has been prepared at the Richmond College of TAFE by Mr. King in conjunction with the Department of Educational Technology.